While we practice this, make sure you stop and pause it when you feel the need to do so. We're going to start our 1-point perspective wall drawing for the Dark Hills Divide book project. With your ruler, you are going to draw a line that goes across the paper. You want to draw this lightly because some of this line is going to be erased. This is what we call a horizon line in art. Now we're going to make a vanishing point, and we're going to make it on the right-hand side of your paper. And everything is going to go to that vanishing point. All of our lines and angles are going to go to that. So take your ruler, and at the vanishing point, you're going to draw a diagonal line that goes up towards the outside of your paper at the top. And then you're going to turn it and make a diagonal line that goes towards the bottom of your paper. All lines go to that vanishing point. Now we're going to erase this line, the horizon line, because our wall is not see-through, so you can't see it. Now we're going to make some more diagonal lines that go up towards the edge of the paper. These are going to help us make our wall look like it has bricks or cinder blocks in it. And I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Make sure you go all the way out towards the side of your paper. Next, we're going to do vertical lines, and we're going to skip every other line. So you're going to start with 1, skip 2, 3, skip 4, 5, and 6 is the bottom. You're going to move your ruler a little farther out and do the same things. 1, skip 2, 3, skip 4, 5, and 6 at the bottom. You're going to keep going until you reach the vanishing point. Now we're going to go in between the lines that we had and do the opposite line. So skip 1 and do 2, skip 3, do 4, skip 5, do 6. In the middle of those 2 lines we already made, do the same thing. Keep going until you make it towards the vanishing point. Now we're going to add just a little bit extra. So from the vanishing point, you're going to draw a line that comes down, an angled line. And in this space, we're going to draw what is going to look like barbed wire at the top of our brick or cinder block wall. So starting at the top, you're going to make loops, and they don't have to be perfectly even. Some can be a little bit bigger than the others, but as long as you stay within that line that you made, it should be fine. So you're just doing little loops that go all the way down towards the vanishing point. And once we're done with that, you are going to add a little detail. So you're making little triangles that are connected to the lines you just made. They can go inside and outside of the loop, and those are our barbed wires there. So again, continue on with these little triangles, and it's pretty boring watching me draw it, so I'm gonna speed this up. All right, and there is your brick wall with barbed wire at the top. You're going to be writing a word or drawing a picture on the wall, and so you want to make sure that it all goes to the vanishing point. So we're going to keep it between 2 lines for our brick, right here and right here. And I'm going to write a word. We're going to use the word power because that's something that we talk about in the novel. And I'm just going to write it and keep the word completely in those 2 lines. So the letters you'll see are getting smaller as I write them. And since now I'm done with the words, you can see that they all go towards the vanishing point and get smaller as we go. Now I will erase the lines of the brick in my word. So I'm going to speed this up. And I have my word right there. And once I'm done with my wall, I can then darken a little bit the horizon line. And of course I can add more details to that side of the paper if I want to, but that is 1-point perspective for Dark Hills Divide. Now we're going to move on to 2-point perspective wall drawing. And again, you're going to do a horizon line going straight across the paper. With your ruler, you're going to do this lightly because some of it we need to erase all the way across your paper. And then the next thing you're going to do is we're going to do 2 vanishing points. So the very edge of your paper, you're going to make 2 points. Leave just a tiny bit of room near the edge of your paper. And now we're going to take our ruler and we're going to make a vertical line that goes straight up and down, our vertical line from the top to the bottom. And maybe leave a little bit of room there at the bottom. You're going to make your ruler go from the vanishing point on the left-hand side to the bottom of the vertical line and draw a diagonal line. And then you are going to use the vanishing point and draw a diagonal line that goes to the top of our vertical line in the center. You're going to do the same thing that we just did on the left onto the right. So use your vanishing point on the right and line it up with the bottom of the vertical line and draw a diagonal line. And then you are going to line up your ruler with the vanishing point and draw a diagonal line towards the top of our vertical line. The next step is to erase the horizon line that goes through our wall because it's not see-through. So you're going to erase what's on the right-hand side of our vertical line and what's on the left-hand side of our vertical line, but leave our vertical line alone. Now we're going to make it look like we have bricks in our wall or cinder blocks. So from the vanishing point on the right-hand side, you are going to make a line going diagonal that hits the vertical line and stops there. So you're going to continue moving your ruler so it stays at the vanishing point and then it just keeps going down more at an angle and hits the vertical line. Once you have finished the right-hand side, you're going to do the same thing on the left-hand side. The thing to remember here is from the vanishing point, you want to hit the line you already made. So make sure that they line up and draw your diagonal line to the line you already made on the right. Move your ruler down so you hit again the next line that you already made and draw a diagonal line that meets there. So every line you already made has a partner and you're just drawing diagonal lines that meet those that are on the right hand side. Now we're going to make our bricks. So you are going to use your ruler and make sure it lines up with the vertical line that you already had. And you are going to do every other line. Skip every other line that you've already made. Depends on how many you made yourself. But you want to make sure you skip every other line. Keep your ruler that's vertical and keep going every other line until you reach the vanishing point. Now that we've done that, we're going to do in between our marks. You need to make sure that you keep your ruler straight. You don't want to turn it in different angles. Keep it straight with a vertical line, and you're going to do every other line the opposite of what we just did. And this makes it look like the bricks are stacked kind of staggered. They're not right on top of each other. So continue that in between the lines you already made, doing short little lines every other diagonal line you made. Now that we've finished with the right hand side, we're going to do the same on the left. So use your ruler and line up with a vertical line in the center. Make sure that it's the same as the right hand side, and you're going to skip every other line until you make it to the vanishing point on the left hand side. Now we're going to go back in and draw lines in between the two we've already made on the opposite diagonal lines, and continue on until you make it to the left hand side vanishing point. And now that we have finished our bricks, you can look like you are standing on the corner and looking down two sides of the wall, two different perspectives on this wall. On the left hand side, I'm going to show you how to do the barbed wire again, just to show you the difference between the two. So again, you're going to line up your ruler with the vanishing point and go up towards the top of your paper. And you are going to do the little loops that go around. Again, they do not have to be the same. Some can be a little bit thicker than the other ones. And they go all the way up towards the top of your paper as long as they stay within that line that we made. And once you're done, you can see the difference between the side that does not have the barbed wire. If you wanted to do it, you could. And the side that does have the barbed wire just without all the little spikies. And if you're going to draw something, you need to stay within the lines going towards the vanishing point. Word, drawing, whatever it's going to be. But this is just the bare bones of what you can do for your project, just to give you an example.